Good morning students, I am Manpreet Kaur, an SST teacher. As you all know that from 13th of July our online classes has started again. This time you are getting one more benefit with the lead curriculum teachers. This time a quick revision video will be made from the Divine International School team as well. So as you all know that a unit 1 of history has started on the day 1, or we can say on 13th of July. So let us look at what are the topics covered throughout the week. The unit name, that is unit 1, emergence of new kingdom, dynasties and empires, has started. Here in this unit the historians have tried to classify the Indian history into 3 parts. That is, number 1, the Britishers have tried to classify the Indian history into 3 parts, that is Hindu, Muslim and Britishers. Same as the modern historians have tried to classify the Indian history into 3 parts, that is ancient, medieval and modern history. In this class we will be discussing about medieval period only. The other thing that is important we will be discussing in this unit will be sources of history. How the historians came to know about the different lifestyle, art and culture about of the medieval period people and so on. So without wasting much time, we should move on to the matter and start. Students, last week you must have learned that Britishers classified the Indian history into 3 parts. That was, the first 700 years include the Hindu period, then comes the Muslim period, then at last British period. So it assumes that most important historical changes dividing these time periods is the religion of the rulers. Okay, then there were some problems including these 3 periods, that is, it focuses only on political change and ignores other kind of changes. For example, it does not focuses on social, economic and religious changes. So to resolve this issue, the modern historians classified the Indian history into 3 periods again, that include ancient, medieval and modern period. In class 7th, you will be studying only medieval period. So let's start. Now we know that change is the rule of life. Okay, so the different changes, or we can say the major historical changes that were there in the medieval period includes 2 changes. Number 1, that is social change, and the other is political change. Now the social change is again divided into 3 subcategories, that is changes in the food and technology, changes in religions and changes in languages. We know that we can say that in a week only that our mother do not cook the same food and again. Okay, we will get bored if she do. So to resolve this, depending on the weather condition and the food and technology we use today, our food habits are also changed. Earlier we used to eat jawar and bajra more, people used to eat that, but today we are mostly dependent on the rice and wheat. So how this happened? This change was not a change of only one day, it took several years for this. Okay, so these were the changes that occur in food and food. And then the other comes in, that is changes in religions, how the people used to worship earlier and how they used to do today. The changes in languages, the one and the most important example that can be that before the medieval period or in the medieval period people used to speak Sanskrit, but today we can see that hardly anyone knows the Sanskrit languages, or we can see only the Brahmins too, and that too they used to only for religious practices. Now comes the second change, that is political change. Now rise of new political groups such as Cholas and Mughals were included in this. Okay, as we just spoke about the different empires, that is Cholas and Mughals, so here we can see the India map. Can you compare this map? Here we can see that these are the kingdoms between the 700 and 1000 CE. Here you can see that too many names are there, small kingdoms are there. You can see Kannauj, Magad and Gujarat. But when we comes to kingdoms and empire between 1200 to 1500 CE. So here we can see that the complete group of Kannauj, Gujrata, Sindh, Tank, Magad, all this has been changed into Delhi Sultanate. Okay, now the Mughals came and they acquired all this is area and changed that into Delhi Sultanate. Further we see that these small kingdoms and empires were again transferred into big empire. Now the kingdoms that were there in the 1200 and 1500 CE were again emerged as a big empire, or we can say as the Mughal Empire in 1530 CE. As you can see in the map, the yellow part was added by the Akbar and the orange part was added by the Aurangzeb. So you can match with the today India political map if you can see that this all area is similar to as today India, that was acquired by the Mughal Empire. Now let us look about some of the historians and their sources, how they discovered about the previous history. Now these are some of the sources that we discussed in class 6th, like coinage, pottery, palm leaf, manuscript, buildings and monuments, inscription, burial sites. Now what do coin tell us? Coin tell us that who was the ruler, or we can say king or queen at that time, with that because coin also include the date particular on that, as we can see in today's notes and currency also. Pottery tell us what kind of utensil man at that time used for their cooking. Buildings and manuscript tell us what kind of art and architecture was at that time. And inscription was very important as it tells us about the language that was used at that time. Similarly, the burial sites were also important because as we can see in the case of mummies, many things were buried, or we can say many things were buried with them. So it was very helpful to know that what kind of things were used by the kings and queens of the Egypt. So in class 7th we will mainly focus on the palm leaf manuscript because we haven't studied this in class 6th. So people wrote on palm leaf before 700 CE because paper was not available. Due to this, palm leaf as it destroyed very easily because it was biodegradable, so most of this could not be preserved. So to solve this problem, later on in the medieval period, the introduction was done of the paper, and it helped the historians to discover the new aspect of the history. Students, I hope that all your doubts has been cleared regarding the topics that has been covered during this week. And for further inquiry, you can call me personally and I will be ready to help you. Thank you and have a nice day.